Dragon Masters, Bloom of the Flower Dragon. Chapter 8, Legend of the Werewolf. The flower dragons swarmed around the Dragon Masters and their dragons. They made excited chirping sounds. They seemed to be communicating with Wildroot. Well, why didn't we see the flower dragons first? Drax asked. Wildroot says that flower dragons release a special mist. The mist keeps humans from seeing them. While Wildroot sang, the dragon stopped the illusion. That's an amazing power, Anna said. Even Oscar seemed impressed. Yes, that's a pretty good trick. Drake heard Worm again. The flower dragons get all their power from drinking starflower nectar. These flowers and dragons are communicate. As Drake repeated the news, a tiny creature flew up to the newcomers. Drake recognized her as the forest spirit that Wildroot had shown Worm. Are you Bright-Eye? He said. The flower dragon's friends who can see the future? She bowed her head in greeting. Indeed I am. I live with others of my kind in the nearby forest. We look out for the flower dragons. Drake and Anna introduced themselves and their dragons. Bright-Eye smiled. You're the Dragon Masters of Bracken, the ones who help others. I'm Oscar and I'm not from Bracken, Oscar said. I'm Wildroot's Dragon Master. Or last. That's what Worm Drake says. Wildroot jumped up Worm, dashed over to Bright-Eye and started to chirp. Wait, do you and the dragons understand one another? Drake asked the forest spirit. Bright-Eye's golden eyes twinkled. When you're as old as I am, you understand many things. Wildroot told us you saw a vision of red-eyed monster, Anna said, and that you need our help. The fairy nodded. I fear that the flower dragons and the people of village in a great danger. Let us see where the monster is now. She produced a twin from her belt and moved it in circles. A ring of golden fairy dust formed in the air. Inside the glittering ring, a ring of golden fairy dust formed in the air. Inside the glittering ring, an image of the spooky cape appeared. Red, glowing eyes peered within. Then the creature let out an eerie howl. Drake shivered. I know that owl, Bright-Eye said. This monster is a werewolf. It will be here soon. She waved her wand, and the fairy ring and the image inside disappeared. I know what a wolf is, but what's a werewolf? Drake said. Oscar spoke up. Everyone in Starburg knows about werewolves, he said. They are friends. Hungry monsters much larger than wolves. A werewolf is anything that moves. Yes, Bright-Eye said. But the werewolf is also a poor cursed creature. White berries called moonberries grow in the deepest part of the forest. Any creature that eats one will turn into a werewolf. Drake frowned. Is there a way to undo a werewolf curse? I'm not sure. Bright Eye replied. Our parents teach us a rhyme about werewolves that it could be helpful. Oscar added. The werewolf will bring only danger and doom, unless it's stopped by the dragon's bloom. Dragon's bloom, Bright Eye repeated. Nobody knows exactly what it means, Oscar said. I think it has something to do with the legendary dragon of Starburg. Jack's head suddenly filled with words. Wilders is very excited. The flower dragons have the special power called Bloom. He thinks the rhyme means that Bloom can stop the werewolf, but they must perform Bloom in bright sunlight. What if the werewolf attacks at night? Drake repeated Worm's words. Then he said, the flower dragon's Bloom power might be the key to stop the monster. But if the werewolf comes at night, we're doomed. Anna smiled and looked at Capri. Let's show them what you can do. Chapter 9. Dancing Dragons. Capri nodded to Anna and soared up into the sky over the berry of starflowers. Wildred and the tribe of flower dragon gazed up at the sun dragon. Then Capri opened her mouth, and a wide beam of soft, warm sunlight streamed out. The flower dragons closed their eyes and drank in the warmness. Then they opened their eyes and began to move. They formed a circle. Each dragon began to twirl and spin and leap. They're dancing, Anna called out from above. She stared at them, spellbound. Flower dragons eat sunlight. It powers them up, Drake remembered. Capri's light must be giving them extra energy. Incredible, Bright Eye said, feeling her wings. They will be able to perform Bloom even if the werewolf comes at night. Oscar put his hands on his hips. That's great, but a werewolf is a terrifying creature with sharp fangs and ripped claws. Even with some flowery blooming power, a bunch of tiny dancing dragons will be able to fight a werewolf. We need to get back to the village, get pitchforks, and what about your rhyme? George reminded him. It says that the werewolf can be stopped by the dragon's bloom. That has no mean the bloom power, doesn't it? Oscar frowned. Maybe, but... A strange wail echoed through the valley. Startled, Capri quickly landed in a grass. The flower dragon stopped dancing. Hurry! Is that a werewolf? Anna said. A rustling sound came from the forest of the edge of the valley. Suddenly, an army of strange creatures emerged from the trees. Hurry! Oscar gasped. The Fister Buns, he cried. Chapter 10. The Fister Buns. The strange small creatures charged forward. Drake squinted. They looked like rabbits, but different, each one with leathery wings, sharp teeth and antlers. Drake gasped. The fish fans looked like dangerous mini monsters. They're more weird than dangerous, Oscar explained. They lived in Fister Hollow, on the other side of the village. We can stay away from them. If you touch one, you sprout furry bunny ears and a fluffy tail. Old woman John touched one when he was a boy, and he still wears a hat all the time. Anna took a step back. This is definitely weird. Hundreds of visitor buns, more than Drake could count, raced into the field and quickly began munching on starflowers. Chee, chee, chee! Wilder chirped in alarm and jumped on Drake's neck, Worm's neck. Seconds later, Drake heard Worm. Wilder says that if the visitor buns are not stopped, they will eat us all at the starflowers. They will eat all the starflowers. Drake remembered Wilder saying that starflower nectar is what feeds the flower dragon's powers. Without this nectar, the dragons couldn't perform bloom. We have to stop the visitor buns from eating the starflowers, Drake cried. Worm, freeze them! Worm's eyes began to glow. A bright green, all the visitor buns stopped moving. Drake looked at Anna and Oscar. Worm can't hold them like this for long. We need to find a way to lead them without hurting them. Why did they come here in the first place? Anna wondered. Just then, Bright Eyes showed over. I have visited another vision, he said. The werewolf entered the Finister Hollow earlier today, and the visitor buns flied. It's very close now. It will be here by nightfall. Then we need to get those visitor buns out of here, fast, Drake said. The flower dragons need to feed on the starflowers to get ready for the werewolf. Oscar's eyes lit up. I know, the visitor buns are clearly hungry. We can lead them to the big field of ch.8 flowers that's between here and the village. There is plenty of chamomile in the mountains, so the visitor buns can eat all they want. I think the visitor buns might follow the flower dragons if they start dancing again. Anna suggested. I know I couldn't take my eyes off them. Drake nodded. It's worth a try. Bright Eye fluttered her wings. I will ask the flower dragons to follow Capri, he said, and then he spoke up. Anna jumped on Capri's back. Let's fly! Capri flew to the group of frozen visitor buns. She streamed sunlight in front of them, and the flower dragons knocked into the light. Once again, they began to dance. All right, Worm, unfreeze the visitor buns, Drake yelled. Worm's eyes stopped glowing. The weird creatures started moving again. They marched on the flowers. Then they noticed the flower dragon, and their heads are turned at once. Capri forward, Anna cried. Thrilled, the flower dragon trip danced after her, and one by time the faster ones hopped after them. Drake grinned. It's working! Capri and the flower dragons are riding to the faster one away from the belly of starflowers. Chapter 11. Night Falls. Drake and Oscar walked behind the hopping fisterbuns, Wildwood dancing on Worm's neck as the Earth Dragon crawled along. Worm, thank you for freezing those fisterbuns, Drake said. Oscar sighed. Your dragon has heavy, amazing powers. You're lucky to be his dragon master. I am, Drake agreed. But I had no idea how powerful he was open when we first met. Worm surprised me. I do not think Wildwood will surprise me, Oscar said, looking at his dragon. Listen, the Dragonstone chooses every Dragon Master for a reason, Drake said. There's a reason why they choose you. You know the poem about the wither's bloom. It was your idea to bring the fister buns to the chamomile field. And the danger isn't over yet. Who knows what else you and Wildwood will do? Oscar frowned and didn't reply. When they finally reached the chamomile field, Capri stopped her sunlight. The flower dragon stepped inside, dancing, and the fister buns snuffed the air. Then they began munching on the chamomile flowers. Anna scooped down on Capri and landed beside Worm. We did it! She cried. Drake gazed up at the sky. It is almost sunset. We should hurry back to the valley. Anna grinned at the flower dragons. Who wants the ride? She asked. Several of the dragons happily climbed up on Capri's back. The sun dragon took a flying roll. When everyone returned to the valley, Drake gathered the flower dragons together. Worm, please tell them to get ready for the werewolf. They should drink lots of starflower nectar to power up. Drake instructed. Worm nodded. Soon the flower dragons spread out across the field and began to sip the nectar. Oscar took his backpack. I brought some food for my trip to find my mother. We should all eat something. As the sun went down, Anna built a small lift in a clearing on the edge of the flowers. The three dragon masters sat near it, watching the flames as they ate. Worm, Capri, and Wildwood stayed close by. This plan is madness, Oscar said. There is a werewolf in the way. We need weapons. I think Wildwood and the rest of the flower dragons will come in us, Drake told him. Yes, Anna agreed. I have been seeing dragons do some really amazing things. Oscar looked up at the stars. I certainly hope their power works so we can look for my father soon. Wildwood can come with us, Drake said. I'm sure you two will bond on the trip. Oscar shrugged. Maybe Wildwood is very cute, but I have always dreamed of being dragon master of a big, strong dragon, like this legendary dragon of Starburg. Drake saw Wildwood frown. The little dragon hopped up Worm and walked away. Drake sighed. Oscar, I think... Oh! A howl came from the beast. Drake felt a chill deep in his bones. Oscar jumped up. The werewolf is here! The end.